Beyond the Gates spoilers, note that the CBS soap's preview for the week of August 11 to 15 was just released, and it looks like Hayley Hamilton will catch Bill Hamilton and Danny Dupree in a moment, while Nicole Richardson will officially file for divorce. The promo starts off with Hayley walking into her living room, in her robe, catching Danny consoling a very distraught Bill. The voiceover is Hayley's telling someone that, "We've suffered a horrible loss. What other reason would Danny be here than to express her sympathy?" It looks like Danny is doing just that. However, the look on Hayley's face implies she's far more jealous than she should be, considering Danny is simply rubbing Bill's back in the clip. As the video progresses, Ted Richardson is completely panicked as he's telling Anita Dupree and Vernon Dupree that Nicole has filed for divorce. Anita then advises him that if he wants to fix his marriage, he has to fight for her. As the scenes shift within the BTG preview for the week of August 11th, the next clip is one of Catherine "Cat" Richardson awkwardly dancing with Thomas Navarro at Uptown, and Ms. Cat has a sour look on her face. Her voice can be heard saying, "That was supposed to be a vertical expression of a horizontal desire." The next scene shows Eva Thomas at Uptown with Thomas at a table as she tells him how scary it can be, learning a new dance. He exclaims, "It's crazy how you just get me." She retorts with, "Yeah, just crazy." Elsewhere, Bradley "Smitty" Smith, Martin Richardson, and their kids, Tyrell Richardson and Samantha Richardson, are at home, enjoying a fun game of cards. It looks like the foursome is finally back together, enjoying some family time. As the scenes shift, Naomi Hawthorne and Jacob Hawthorne arrive at their house, as she tells the couple that they've found Tyrell and Samantha's biological mother. Martin and Smitty look completely caught off guard, and it's not hard to see that the woman Naomi is referring to is likely June. As the promo winds to a close, the last scene shows Leslie Thomas opening the door of her apartment to see an older woman with a frown on her face. Leslie is utterly floored at seeing the person in front of her. So who could this woman be? Beyond the Gates spoilers hint that the lady has yet to arrive on canvas, so could she be Leslie's mom? If Leslie is unhinged, how toxic will her mother be? Bill is devastated, and Naomi skeptical, as Hayley says that she lost the baby. When Bill goes to make his wife, who manages to avoid revealing what doctor she supposedly saw at the hospital, Naomi asks the million-dollar question, "Is my dad mourning a baby that never existed in the first place?" Hayley insists the baby was real, but she faked the ultrasound. Naomi doesn't buy what Hayley's selling, so Bill's wife elaborates. Hayley admits she was afraid to get an ultrasound because it might prove something was wrong with the baby. "If the doctor didn't say it, I wouldn't know it," she rationalized at the time. But now, she wonders if maybe having the ultrasound would have saved her child's life. Naomi agrees not to tell her dad, and, when he re-enters, she is as good as her word. Naomi leaves, and Bill takes his wife into his arms, reminding Hayley this isn't her fault. Jan tracks down Derek and pushes him to reunite with Ashley. Andre be damned. She insists Ashley and Derek could be plucked right out of a Hallmark movie and urges him to fight for his woman. Derek does exactly that, heading over to Ashley's place, hoping for another shot at being her hero. "I may not come from money or come from some glamorous background, but I can still give you experiences," he promises. "I'll never be him, but I promise you this, I will work every day to give you your dream. Because Ashley, you are mine, but I won't keep doing the back and forth thing." He has just one question for her. What's it going to be, forever or never? Later, he returns to Uptown and tells Jan that her daughter choose Andre. Andre is preparing his "I want more than you're willing to give" speech when Dany arrives, freaking out. Why? "I think I caused Hayley to lose her baby." She calls Bill to get an update and learns her worst fear has come to pass, and Hayley is no longer pregnant. Reeling, Dany declares, "I'm a monster!" Andre refuses to believe that she really wanted this to happen on some level as Dany insists. "This is not your fault," he intones, reminding Dany that Hayley came looking for her and picked a fight. Dany throws herself into his arms, then pulls away, realizing how selfish she is being. "I keep crossing the line between wanting you and needing you," she realizes. It cannot be take every time we're together. They begin kissing, oblivious to Ashley letting herself in and, upon seeing them together, leaving again. Ironically, the moment Ash is gone, Andre and Dany separate. She refuses to use him as an emotional support hunk, but he agrees to hold her all night because, hey, that's what friends do, right? Vanessa assures Joey that his Doug problems are a thing of the past, admitting that she told her husband about the bug in his car. Of course, what she doesn't know is that at that moment, her hubby is meeting with Randy Sammy, insisting they need to deal with the casino boss. Realizing he can't expose the money laundering without Vanessa winding up behind bars, Doug suggests they aim higher, like leading the police to connect Kenneth's death directly to Armstrong. Randy says they're going to do this his way. For once in his life, Joey Armstrong won't see what's coming for him. Ordinarily, when a woman suffers a miscarriage, she is offered compassion. But not beyond the gates Hayley, perhaps because we all know that Bill's wife was faking being pregnant in the first place, and in the wake of her loss, detailed in Thursday's recap, fans are calling for her head. On Soaps.com's Facebook page, Carmen Inez Perez said that, obviously, Hayley had a plan from the moment she saw Bill. Somebody needs to investigate her. Thoroughly. Yvonne Durant cracked, "How can you lose what you never had?" And Novafun Griffin marveled, "Did y'all see the look on Hayley's face when she saw Bill come in the door? She played that lie off good." Vera Christopher was so done with Hayley, she was like, "Okay, it's time for Dany to bust this wide open. I'm getting my popcorn. Ours is already popped." Obviously, when Bill finds out what the audience already knows, that Hayley is a lying liar, he'll pull the plug on his marriage and kick the gold digger to the curb. What will be really interesting to see is what happens after that. Dany swears she's over her ex, but come on. That's as big a lie as the baby one that Hayley told. Would Dany gravitate back toward Bill, from whom she can't seem to stay away anyhow? Given that Bill is persona non grata among the Duprees, if Dany so much as inched in his direction, the family would go apoplectic. While we're looking ahead, get a sneak peek at Friday's episode of Beyond the Gates in our new preview photo gallery below. BTG spoiler alert. Here are your Beyond the Gates spoilers for the week of Monday, August 11th to Friday, August 15th, 2025. Be sure to tune in to CBS every weekday to see how everything plays out in Fairmont Crest. Devin Winters has a mind-blowing proposition for Anita Dany. Extends an apology to Hayley. Bill gets emotional about all that he's lost. Andre lays his heart on the line. Tuesday, August 12th. Samantha schemes to help Martin and Smitty reconcile. Jacob solves a mystery. Leslie investigates a peculiar correspondence. Wednesday, August 13th. Eva's frustrated by her mother's latest antics. Kat and Tama do their best to find their rhythm during salsa night. Tyrell and Samantha are blindsided. Chelsea bluntly makes her boundaries clear to Allison. Thursday, August 14th. Ted is thrown for a loop by Nicole's latest move. Naomi preps a nervous June for a momentous meeting. Leslie receives a blast from the past at her doorstep. Anita and Vernon comfort their daughter. Friday, August 15th. Andre and his uncle discuss their relationship woes, while Vanessa helps Nicole and Dany prop each other up. Ashley and Madison deal with a major medical crisis. The Articulettes are asked to plan for their future now that they've reconciled with their past. August 11th. Brighton James appears in the first crossover event for the two shows. Here are your Beyond the Gates spoilers for next week. Here's a look ahead at the episodes we'll see from Monday, August 11th to Friday, August 15th, 25. At the Hamilton mansion, Dany sits on the couch with her arm reassuringly on Bill's shoulder. Bill has learned of Hayley losing their baby, and he is absolutely crushed. As Dany comforts Bill, Hayley walks into the room, rubbing her eyes, looks up, and sees that Dany has her hand on her husband's shoulder. Hayley's inner voice is heard saying, "We've suffered a horrible loss. I mean, what other reason would Dany be here other than to express her sympathy?" Hayley will be worried that any day the other show will drop, and Bill will know the truth. But for now, can Hayley stay one step ahead of her doubters? At the Fairmont Crest Country Club dining room, Vernon and Anita are sitting together enjoying a meal. when Ted walks in and informs them that Nicole has filed for divorce and that he has just received the papers. Shocking news for absolutely no one other than Ted. It was hoped that Ted and Nicole would right the ship, but from here, it's not looking good. Anita tells Ted, "If you want to fix your marriage, fight for her." And quick, before Carlton gets his hooks in, and from the looks of the previous few episodes, the brother got game. Tomas takes Kat to Uptown for salsa night, and it's not going great. The two dance like a goat on a bicycle. For all of Kat's skills, learning Latin American dance isn't one of them. It looks painful, awkward, and clumsy. During a later conversation, Tomas is with Eva, and she tells him that dancing is supposed to be a vertical expression of a horizontal desire. And if that's the case, does Kat have any desire? Eva says to Thomas that learning a new dance can be scary. The two laugh, and Thomas says to Eva that it is crazy how she just gets him, to which Eva just smiles coyly. "Yeah, crazy," she says. These two have obvious chemistry that even the blind could see. This is an incredible sight to see. At the brownstone, Martin, Smitty, Tyrell, and Samantha are sitting around the table together, playing cards. They are all laughing and having fun. Smitty slams what must have been the winning hand down on the table and triumphantly cheers. The whole room is lit up with fun, but good things come to an end. Naomi and Jacob visit, and they have some unsettling news. Naomi says, "We have found Samantha and Tyrell's biological mother. This is going to rock Smitty and Martin." But how did Naomi discover this? They weren't hired or instructed to find her? So this must be a connection to something or someone else that they have been searching for. June, her sister Regina? To wrap up the next week's sneak peek, who is this visitor and blast from the past? Leslie opens the door to her apartment, and who is the slightly older lady standing in front of her? Leslie sees this woman and exclaims, "Oh, my sweet baby Jesus, no!" This cannot be good if the WMD of Fairmont Crest herself isn't happy to see her. Stay tuned, soap fans. A heck of a week ahead of us, and so many moments of intrigue. After leaving very little of the Martin Nightmare storyline remaining, the next big thing is upon us. On Beyond the Gates, we are on a roller coaster of emotions between Andre, Dany, Derek, and Ashley. How can they ever sort out the mess that was created today? Will the guy ever get the girl, the right girl for him, that is? Today was more up and down than a bull rider at the rodeo. Jan, played by Jerry Tubbs, was at Uptown trying to convince Derek not to give up on Ashley. Jan told Derek that she had just come from Ashley's house, and they had been talking. All the reasons she was given for why she couldn't be with Derek sounded like bull, and that she was just scared. "Be the hero and get your girl," she told Derek. He finished his protein smoothie and went off into the night to get the girl. Ashley was surprised to see Derek at her doorstop, but let him in anyway. The conversation was a little awkward, and Derek decided it was time to pony up and just tell her how he felt. But the back and forth that they were doing, felt like he was losing a part of himself, and this was going to be the last time he did it. Derek laid bare his heart and told Ashley she was all he wanted, that he wasn't like Andre and didn't have his money, but could still make her dreams come true. Derek promised to work hard every day to make her dreams a reality. And it was at that point that he should have stopped and realized that he wasn't meeting her in the middle, but that he was going all the way and getting nothing in return. Ashley wasn't saying anything that would give the guy any confidence. He told Ashley it was time to choose sides. Was it going to be him or Andre? Derek left the apartment and went back to Uptown, where he found Ashley's mom still there, propping up the bar. Jan asked him how it went, and he stopped her and said there wasn't going to be a wedding. Ever. She chose Andre. That look on Derek's face. Are we going to see a dark Derek? I'm so here for that. Ever since Derek and Ashley started having troubles, Derek has become a character I can't wait to see. He's stronger, more self-assured, and ready to take on the world. Ashley, having made her decision, decided now was the time to see Andre and tell him that she had chosen him and wanted to be with him. Ashley went straight to Casa de Andre. Of course, the front door was unlocked. Beyond the Gates is a soap, and Ashley opened the door, ready to tell her man that they could be together. Ashley opened the door, and the first thing she saw was Andre and Dany Dupree, locked in an embrace, passionately kissing as she undressed him. Ashley looked aghast, and then crushed as she shut the door firmly and left. The bang from the door stopped Andre and Dany, but he had no idea what had just happened. Dany asks Andre if he could just hold her tonight. She didn't want to be alone. Andre, of course, said for sure. They're friends. Ashley rebuked Derek, but Andre was kissing Dany. Andre doesn't know that Ashley was there and wants to be with her. What a mess. And that, soap fans, is why we love this show. How on earth can this be resolved? Leave a thought below in the comments. The Beyond the Gates, What to Watch moments for Monday, August 11th, 2025, will have fans buzzing. Devin Winters is visiting Fairmont Crest. Bill's life crumbles, while Andre shares what's on his heart. Meanwhile, Dany apologizes to Hayley. Things are steaming up in Fairmont Crest. In a stunning twist, Dany will apologize to Hayley. We never thought we'd see the day. What possesses her to utter the words, "I'm sorry"? Does Dany feel like she has the upper hand in this feud now that Hayley's world is crumbling? We can see her using this to her advantage. Meanwhile, Bill is emotional about all that he's lost. What will he do now? Will he give up trying for the family he wants to start? Does this mean that his marriage to Hayley will change? Andre will lay his heart on the line. He realized that he would rather have a future with Ashley than a sexy, easy, breezy affair with a hot older woman like Dany. But how does Ashley feel about this? Will she want to give love a shot with a new man? Devin from The Young and the Restless is traveling to Fairmont Crest, and he has an interesting proposition for Anita. What does he want from her? We know that Devin works in the music industry. This could mean that he wants her to break out on her own, away from the Articulettes. This could change the course of her music career. There's no doubt that Anita is a star. But will she want to steal the stoplight once again? She just reunited with her girl group. Also, we want to know more about Devin's visit. How long will he stay in Fairmont Crest? BT fans also want to know if Devon and Bill are related. Beyond the Gates fans, we got to talk about who is Hayley Lawson's secret partner in this pregnancy con, because there are some big red flags that dropped this week while she was faking that miscarriage. These red flags hint that her partner in crime could be somebody we've already met, and that we already know on BTG. We're going to get into the stunt Hayley pulled in front of Dany Dupree, and why we now think a villain already on screen is the one who's working with Hayley to do bad things to sabotage Bill Hamilton, and also the Duprees. Hayley really worked overtime this week to sell this fake miscarriage that was going to end her fake pregnancy. First, in front of Bill and his assistant Caroline, we saw Hayley intentionally trip and just full body and faceplant slap down on the floor right onto her supposedly pregnant tummy at the office. That gave Bill a really big scare, and he wanted Hayley to go to the hospital. He was freaking out, but Hayley assured Bill she was fine and blamed a box that was on the floor. So he snapped at Caroline to move that box right now because he was so worried. Hayley was laying groundwork. Then Hayley moved on to phase 2 of her plan, with a big scene at Uptown. I'm guessing she knew Dany and Pamela Curtis were there, because that seems to be part of the plan. Hayley kind of bickered with Dany, and then went to the bathroom to smear red goop on herself to fake hemorrhaging. Hayley came out screaming and hollering about, "My baby! My baby!" Dany bought into it, hook, line, and sinker. At the same time, Hayley was selling her medical drama to Dany. Naomi Hamilton Hawthorne was getting huge hints from Ashley Morgan that the pregnancy was never real. Yes, Hayley is a lying little hussy, but Ashley needs to be fired for what she did on Beyond the Gates. She absolutely revealed Hayley's confidential medical information to Bill's daughter, Naomi. There was no way around it. That's what she did. Nothing about what Ashley did was okay, and Hayley's lies don't justify it. Maybe Hayley will get Ashley fired. We'll see. We also know that the other day when Hayley was sitting behind Bill's desk, she made a phone call to a mystery person. She asked how they were doing and if they needed anything. But who is this mystery conspirator? Based on some recent hints, there are 2 huge suspects at Uptown. When Dany was trying to help Hayley and offered to call an ambulance, she was shrieking at Dany, "No, don't touch me!" Then she decided to take a ride to the hospital with some random dude from the bar who said his name was Sammy. Only that wasn't a random dude. That was Joey Armstrong's ex-flunky Randy Parker. You know, the guy that Doug McBride and Vanessa McBride saved from Joey, having him whacked for stealing $10,000 and not killing Kenneth the busboy, as he was ordered to. Hayley left Uptown with Randy, and he later came back for Hayley's purse. He told Dany that Hayley was taken straight into surgery, which is, of course, a huge fat lie, because when Naomi went over to confront Hayley about this fake pregnancy, she was sitting on the couch, not in a post-op recovery room. That's when Hayley told Bill she had lost their baby. I'm guessing she's going to throw shade at Dany for tormenting her after she'd already taken a spill at Bill's office. So, we're back to the question, who is the person working with her? Hayley could be doing it alone, but we know she's clearly not. With Randy being at Uptown taking her away and lying about the hospital, he is obviously part of Hayley's plot. But the question is Randy actually her secret partner, or is he working for Hayley's real partner? One reason to think Randy might be her actual secret partner is that he was supposed to be lying low and avoiding Joey Armstrong so that he wouldn't get killed. When Hayley made that phone call, she was like, "How are you doing? Do you need anything?" It sounded like she was talking to somebody who might be in hiding. Maybe it's just Hayley and Randy in this. Maybe they are secret siblings or something. We also have to ask if Doug could be part of Hayley's plot. We know Doug needed money because of his gambling addiction, and we know Doug doesn't like Bill, and maybe Hayley was paying Doug to help her with her scheme because he's a doctor, and that's how Randy got roped into it. Hayley might have been looking to Doug to help her pull off the medical part of her fake pregnancy and miscarriage plot. I don't even know what Vanessa's husband is capable of because he has very poor self-control and doesn't make great life choices. So sure, he could be plotting with Hayley. Maybe Doug is the partner, and he got Randy involved. However, a more intriguing option could be that Hayley's secret partner is Joey Armstrong. He might be looking for payback on Bill, or to get some kind of leverage on him. Joey might have a grudge against Bill because Bill has dirt on Joey since he's helped clean up messes. He's a professional fixer. There could be some sort of side deal between Hayley and Joey for other reasons. Joey likes hot younger women. Maybe Hayley is one of his secret squeezes, and she's doing an undercover plot for Joey to undermine Bill and ruin his life. Hayley destroyed Bill's marriage, then married him, and got Bill excited about having a baby. This miscarriage might be to not only make Dany look bad, but also to crush Bill and disappoint him. Randy was Joey's minion, so that's why I was thinking maybe Hayley's working with Joey. But Randy ran off scared that Joey would kill him, which is a point against Joey being her secret partner. Randy is definitely in the mix, though, so he could be conspiring with Hayley for some other reason. That leads me to the last suspect on my list, Dana Leslie Thomas. I wonder if Leslie could be working with Hayley because she's looking for payback on Bill also. Leslie and Hayley have talked in public, and it didn't look like it went well, but that might have just been a setup so that if anybody saw them together, they would see Hayley rejecting her and telling her to go away so nobody would think they were working together. Since Bill told Leslie she had to have an abortion when she was pregnant with Eva Thomas, there could be a link between Leslie and Hayley. This whole miscarriage thing to end a pregnancy of Bill's might be revenge for that. Leslie and Hayley might be family,